So YouTube is really pushing on YouTube Shorts right now. And Andrew and I were talking about what to do there. Andrew's suggestion was second channel. And Andrew, what's your, I know you told me a whole bunch of reasons why we should do a second channel for Shorts. You want to tell the listeners?
Yeah, should creators focus on YouTube Shorts? So this is my thoughts on this. I've been in the YouTube game for a long time now, and YouTube dominates in long format content. There's no disputing that. There's no argument against that. Whereas other channels, other platforms they dominate the short format content. And now YouTube is trying to get a piece of that action, right? Because ultimately controlling the attention is what generates revenue for all these different platforms. So you could argue that TikTok and Instagram are much more serious players when it comes to short format content. I subscribe to the thought that YouTube really should be doubling down and tripling down on what they're already really good at, because I've talked to a lot of people about this subject, including many YouTube experts. And typically when people want to go deep on a subject and learn about a subject, they're conditioned to go to YouTube. And that's what YouTube really shines. Whereas if you want to consume more snackable content, it tends to be more surface level. So it really does depend on the kind of viewer, the kind of consumer that you're targeting. And if you're in the kind of niche or vertical where staying more surface leveled is best practice, then yeah, you might want to focus a lot more on TikTok or Instagram. But my viewpoint on this is I don't like you and I were talking about this. I don't really like how shorts are appearing in the gallery view, the feed view of your channel. I think it looks kind of messy and cluttered and unorganized. Maybe that's just my OCD kicking in. So there's that aspect. There's the aspect
I agree on that.
Yeah. And then there's the aspect that they're not monetized under the normal revenue model, the YouTube ad revenue model that YouTube has been so famous for. And you could argue that YouTube has knocked that strategy out of the park, that so many other platforms are still struggling to this day. They can't replicate the same kind of compensation success and model that YouTube has so just dominated. It's so much easier. There's so many people out there talking about how they can generate millions and millions of views on TikTok, but it generated like $300. Whereas if you're generating millions and millions of views on YouTube, you're doing quite well. Yes, it depends on what niche you're in, what kind of CPM that you can generate. And because every niche is going to be some niches are going to be more profitable than others, right? That's no secret, but it's going to be a lot easier for a content creator to become sustainable and generate real revenue for themselves if they're on YouTube versus another platform. So what I've been leaning towards, and I've talked to a lot of YouTube experts about this, is that you could create a clips channel. And you could also create a shorts channel where the entire channel is clips repurposed from your long format content, and the entire shorts channel is repurposed from either your clips or your long format content. Because now you're creating piggybacking off of the other subject we were just talking about, and the power of rolling out some additional YouTube channels and creating a web that you can cast a wider net of people. That some people prefer to go deep and consume long format content. Other people are just looking for that quick snackable content. There is also an option where if you do want to add shorts to your one and only channel, because you don't really want to, you're thinking, Andrew, I don't want to deal with all of the headaches and workload of managing multiple channels. I'm just going to add it to my new channel, despite what you guys say. You could actually upload it in such a way where you can check a little box or uncheck a box. I can't remember if you're checking or unchecking the box, so that your existing subscribers don't actually see the shorts, so that those shorts are only visible to new subscribers, new viewers that are discovering your content for the very first time. With the idea is that you suck them in with the short that's not monetized, and then they discover your brand, they start consuming more of your long format content, and then they become a subscriber and actually revisit. YouTube loves repeat returning viewers is what I'm trying to say. But there's a lot of data out there that suggests that the shorts are really fantastic at capturing those net new eyeballs, but you need to reinforce those net new eyeballs with some more substance, right? Because there are some drawbacks of shorts. Matt, what are you thinking about that?
Right. I pulled up this tweet by Colin and Samir. It just came out a few weeks ago, but he says here, they're showing a graph. It says on the left is a YouTube short that took us a few hours to make. On the right is a long form video that took us a few weeks to make. And you could see that the shorts brought in 15.6 thousand subscribers, and that long form one brought in 10.7 thousand. So there's what, in the next tweet over, it says, while shorts aren't that monetizable yet, they are driving a ton of growth for us in a low lift way. So I think there's definitely benefit to it. I don't know if Colin and Samir are putting those on their main channel. I'm actually just going to check right now.
Oh, that's yeah. And while you check that, I'm going to chime in here too, because we need to take this with context, because they're sharing these screenshots with us, and I love that you found this tweet. But it's not just the number of subscribers that the content attracted. Let's look at the audience retention. So you can see on the short that the length of this short is only 31 seconds, and the retention looks pretty good. The retention rate is 90%, and the average view duration is only 27 seconds. If we look at the next screenshot, the average view duration is over 8 minutes with a lower percentage, because we're talking about long format content now. This is almost a 19-minute video, right? I would argue that video, although it attracted less subscribers, that video is actually far more valuable to them, because that one's monetized. So that video is actually generating them revenue that they can reinvest into their business. And ultimately, at the end of the day, watch time is far more valuable on the YouTube platform than views, because YouTube is trying to attract the attention of your perfect viewers, and they want to keep you there. Because that's how YouTube generates revenue. Ultimately, if you become a successful YouTuber, it's because you became a really effective business partner with YouTube. If you can only convince someone to be on your channel for 27 seconds, YouTube is going to go, eh. But if you convince your viewer to stick around for over 8 minutes, I'm telling you, YouTube is going to shower you with a lot more attention, a lot more algorithm love. And that's just me speaking from personal experience from working with dozens of YouTube channels and publishing well over 1,000 videos at this point in my career. So that's what I had to highlight there. We're not seeing the entire picture with these screenshots. We're only getting, a narrow viewpoint of the overall picture. There's a time and place for both. And Matt, I don't know if you were able to determine if those shorts are on their main channel.
The shorts are on their channel, and I'm just looking here at the channel, and like if you were to count up all the views from all these shorts versus their long form, it is far outweighing the amount of views that they're getting. And I think whenever there's a new feature on a social media platform, you should use it. They're always going to give it more exposure. Like when Facebook Live first started, if you went live, like it just showed everybody that you were live, So anytime there's a new feature, I think you should jump on it. If there's a new social media platform, you should jump on it right away. That's how you're going to get growth right away. So I do think in terms of algorithm and like making your channel look good to the YouTube gods, I think that having some shorts on your channel will probably help. But I don't like how the feed looks. And when I go to their channel, I can see based on their thumbnails which are the long form videos versus the shorts. But I'm not clicking on the shorts myself. I'm not a big shorts person, but just looking at this, the amount of views they're getting on these shorts is incredible versus their long form content. So I think there's definitely some of the shorts.
That's fair. Yeah. And I completely agree with you there. When a platform rolls out a brand new feature, you definitely want to capitalize that to a certain extent and try your very best to follow best practices, which can be difficult because it's a brand new feature and people are still trying to figure out the bugs and what's best practice and what goes against the grain. But it's there's multiple different ways you can play it. And I just fall back to the fundamentals and look at what the most successful content creators do. And I'm like, okay, monkey see, monkey do. If they're doing that, then it's probably a good idea.